We have a saying around here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no brains, no headache.
Well, hello, boys.
What's up? What's up?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Episode 214, No Brains, No Headache podcast coming at you right about now. Happy to be here. Damn glad to do it. The name's Jordan Weichel, going to be your host today. Happy to be here. Damn glad to do it. I said it once. I'll say it twice. That's my co-host, confidant, longtime friend, fellow comedian. I call him Ongo. You can call him Matt. Matt, how we doing today?
For a Monday, pretty fucking awesome.
Recording on a Monday. It's our last episode in August 2024. Happy to be here. Damn glad to do it.
Dude, where'd the summer go?
I don't know. It just kind of, you blink once and then it's August all of a sudden. Then it's almost football season. And I'm experiencing something right now. Change of seasons. I should be amped up for football. I'm not. I'm just going to be honest.
I mean, when your team has like the arguably starting quarterback go down before the season, and when my team has little to no hope of winning more than 2 games, it's really tough to like get about it.
Yeah, I had to block out football for a while there with the injury news to my beloved favorite football team. But yeah, it's just kind of the end. I did have a good day on the water over the weekend. I did get a little bit sunburnt, but my German pale body has already processed that sunburnt and sent it on its way. So can't really tell, but got a little bit of late season bronze coming on, and I'm just enjoying every moment. I say that as I think back to a decent day outside weather-wise. I laid on the couch for a while. I'll admit it. I laid on the couch. I did one of those things. I would go to bed early. You're like, great, I'm going to be energized. And my body decided at 3:30 in the morning it was time to get up and get going for the day. And I'm like, whoa, hold on, Bessie. No way, Jose. We got to slow her down. So that's kind of been my day, just kind of battling the tiredness. But had a good one. Had some good meetings earlier, and I've done my things that I need to do to stay on progress. So, yeah, I've had a pretty good day, I guess.
So this morning, I usually like to sit in my car before I go into work and drink the rest of my sparkling water. Mm-hmm. It sounded less gay in my head, but...
Well, the other day when I pulled up, you were also sitting in your car in your own driveway.
I do that a lot just to like...
I was like, why is that hose going from his exhaust pipe into his cab? That's weird.
It's the best high you will ever get.
That's not how you water your plants.
Oh, did I say high? I meant die. But I was doing that, and then I got out of my car, and I forgot something, so I like got back in, and then somehow slammed my leg in my car door.
Ooh.
Big old bruise on like the calf area. So let me float this question by you. What would be the worst body part to get slammed in a car door?
I would say maybe it's finger, just because if it's bad enough, you might have to lose that bad boy. You may be down to 9.
One time in the Eden Prairie, Minnesota parking lot, Target parking lot, I slammed my brother's hand in the car door, and it shut and locked.
Ooh.
And he just did the thing where he's just like, lock the door.
All I can think of is that scene in Joe Dirt where that dog has the balls get stuck to the frozen porch.
Yeah.
They got a spatula it off. That's all I can think of. But a hand completely in the door that has engaged and locked.
Yeah.
That's tough. What do? You fumble over the keys. You're like, open the goddamn! And they can't find the keys all of a sudden.
It was a tough one. No broken bones or anything somehow. But how many people a year do you think slam their wiener in a car door?
Did you look this up?
No, I didn't.
Oh. I don't know. Probably a dozen. A baker's dozen, probably, at least. I have a pet peeve, and actually going to talk about more pet peeves later, but this is car doors. It doesn't help that all the vehicles that I have, owned and operated, you could say, they are older, but none of them have doors that stay open. And I'm the type of, even just coming here today, I was unloading boxes out of the back of my car. Thank God we're kind of on a little bit of a level playing surface there. So it wasn't a big issue, but I'm always grabbing my backpack and groceries and boxes full of shit, whatever, out of the car. The fucking door never stays open. And it's like, what does a guy got to do here? You know, you gotta park going downhill on a steep hill. It's probably the only way they're going to stay open. And in some cases, probably still going to inconveniently close on you. Wieners per year that get slammed in the door, I'm going 13 to 15.
I want to know like the scenario that it happens, but I also don't want to know. But either way, it's hilarious.
Like the wiener or just kind of the groin crotchal
Or what if
region?
you were driving home from work and you had a boner? You're like, I'm going to go home and take care of business.
Or you're driving to work, fear boner, because you hate your job.
That's one of those. Maybe that's what happens. But you get out and you're like, oh, I got to go inside. And you're like, forgot my phone. Reach in, grab it, shut the door.
Forgot my boner.
Boner in the car door.
First of all, congrats on being stacked. If you have a bone diddly getting caught up in the car door situation on your hands, congrats. Good work. What's up? You know, kudos to you. I think that the wiener in the car door situation is rare, but I think more people are probably going to be victim to this situation on purpose. There's kids out there, they're pranking each other. They're like, oh, let's make our own homemade Jackass movie.
I was just gonna say
Slam the car door on my wiener, it'd be hilarious. And it would be. I'm laughing already. I haven't even seen the footage. Hilarious.
We got my mom's Ford Taurus here, and we're going to slam Jake's balls in it.
Well, and I came across this page when I was up at 3:30 this morning, laying in bed, trying to fall back asleep, staring at my phone. That's always a good idea, right? Anywho.
Yeah, I actually got into bed at around 9. Did you sleep pretty well? No, I stared at my phone for about 4 hours.
Yeah.
I slept pretty terribly, actually.
I always try to, when that happens, I always try to tell myself and be positive, like, well, at least you're resting. You know, you're laying in bed. It's like, it doesn't matter.
No.
2 o'clock's going to hit. I'm going to have lunch and be useless for the next 4 hours. I can't have lunch anymore. I just, like, cut it out of my diet.
I need
if
to have,
I have lunch, clock me out.
I need to have, like, soup. If I have any, like, today I ate an entire, like, personal pizza. And literally the second half of the day just... Did you get anything done? No.
It's like you're in such a deep sleep, you wake up confused in your own office. You're like, where am I? You have, your face is matted down from, your office chair. But where were we? We were saying something.
We got something. Somehow we got from slamming your dick in a car door to you saw a video.
Oh, yeah. I came across a page.
Was it the one you sent me today about the FedEx driver? Because that was hilarious.
We're going to get into FedEx guy recovery later. I just gave away all of my topics already.
No one's listening.
I came across a page where it's like... you ever heard of Whistling Diesel? He's a guy on YouTube. I'm sure maybe some of our listeners. Similar to that. Just a guy who kind of does a lot of automotive, motorsport, prank, and like junk trashing. These guys, they're buying cars for they call them beaters, like 300, 500, like under 1,000. And I'm actually somewhat in the market for a beater. I'm like, where the fuck are they finding these cars?
You're not going to get them in North Dakota or the Midwest.
I know. Well, and then it's like the reason they got it for $300 is it's missing a radiator. So it's like you could drive it for about 5 minutes at a time until it explodes. So yeah, I was just confused where they're getting all these beaters from. I have no idea what is going on as far as entertainment. I believe this is in the South. I'll show you when we're done the page I came across, but there's that. We got the Bachelorette on tonight on the day of recording. And are you familiar with the Bachelor/Bachelorette?
I know. I've never watched an episode of it. If I'm to be honest.
God!
But
here's my.
I feel it's one of those things that I always want to get into because like a lot of the content that I like. Let's say Wyatt, for example. Like he's huge into it. If you know Wyatt Metzger, he's maybe the #1 Bachelorette Bachelor person.
Yeah, and he's the reason I've been following along so close.
And that's why I would follow it, just to like get his recaps where I could like have something to follow along with. I don't think I would be like, well, getting into it myself. Just
yeah, I wouldn't raw dog Bachelorette.
Yeah.
For sure. But I actually paid attention this season. I've been following Wyatt's stuff and his picks. First of all, it's a woman named Jen Tran.
Is the one that's picking.
She's the Bachelorette. So she's got a bunch of dudes lusting after her. And I'm confused. Is it just a huge orgy or what's happening there?
I don't know. The most dating shows that I used to watch was like Rock of Love with Brett Michaels.
Oh, great show. And Flavor Flav, that one was good too.
Flavor of Love.
Oh, we should go back and
Tila
watch that.
Tequila, A Shot at Love.
You know, it was entertaining, but it's kind of like Jersey Shore. It's like, why am I watching this? But it's entertaining.
Double Shot of Love with the Icky twins.
Oh, okay.
They're both bisexual.
We're pumping the brakes. So yeah, Jen Tran. I found out though, we're getting down to the nitty gritty right now where she picks her partner, and apparently you're supposed to get engaged. Few plot holes of the whole show. So I don't know. This is like episode like 6 or 7, or I don't know. It's like 10 or less, I would say. And you don't always get one-on-one time, especially earlier in the season when there's just a ton of penises on the show. There's a lot of cock walking around, and you got to compete with this. So you don't get a whole lot of one-on-one time, and you're supposed to get engaged to this person if you're picked the winner. I don't know if that's healthy. I can't think of one situation where that's probably a good idea.
Is the girl having relations with...
Okay, I was going to get to that. Good question. Fantastic question, Matt, and I'm glad you asked. So, yeah, they had family visits last week when I tuned in. Hold on. Hold your applause.
She ended up banging the guy's dad.
Well, you know. So, yeah, she went to family visits, and a few of the family members of the potential partners, I guess you would call them, they're like, you're dating 3 other guys right now, which is very true. Then I found out, so she got rid of a guy last week. She's down to 3. So now they do what they call fantasy suites, where they just bang it out.
Oh, man.
And I mean, it's smart, though, because it's like
all of them go in there, or is it one?
I think it's individual, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was an orgy element to it. Where it's just like, hey, because all the guys become bros. They're all contestants on the show, and they like hug each other and shit.
If I went on this show and I was like one of like how many go in the first episode?
Like, let's just say 18, 20.
Yeah, so it's like I barely talked to this girl and I got cut right away, and it's like, at least I made some friends.
Yeah, and then as the time goes on, it's just like any other reality show where there's like cuts made, like Survivor's my classic example. But you become friends with these people that you're competing against, ultimately because you're spending that amount of time together. But the fantasy suite's smart. I think that would be a real tough situation to be in if you're like, oh my God, I love you, and they're just terrible at sex, or just something wasn't right. You didn't like something.
How long is it from like when they meet until the final episode when they get engaged?
That's what I'm saying. I think we'd have to confirm this, but I want to say it's about like 8 or 10 episodes so far, 1 a week, so 8 weeks. Obviously, the filming process could be different, but like last week, for example, they did home visits, so she goes and meets all these people's family. It was Washington, Santa Monica, or like Southern California. I want to say a Texas and like a Florida. So they were all over the map, and I'm assuming like one whole day of filming takes the whole day. So then you're not even if you're one of the other guys, you're just kind of hanging out, probably hitting up your side pieces before you gotta clamp down a little bit. Going out with the other bros. I don't know how this all works, but so yeah, what I'm saying is that must take a few days. So you're not with her, you're not seeing her, she's getting banged by the other dude's dad. It's just a real mess. I don't know how it works, but the orgy element too, I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, you know what? Let's just have one last bang sesh together. And so that's the Bachelorette. We almost got a winner.
Do you remember the MTV show where the guy went on 3 dates with 3 moms and then picked which one of their daughters that he wants to date?
Now, what was that called?
I think it was like Date My Daughter or something like that.
Okay, pretty simple.
And I just saw this clip on the line today it was like, I'm not going to date your daughter. And then like her daughter gets out of the car, just gorgeous girl. And then another chick's like, he's like, I'm not going to date your daughter. Another gorgeous girl. And then he's like, I will date your daughter. Humongous girl gets out of the car. And it pans to the guy like he's getting an interview as she's like walking up to give him a hug. And it just goes, at least her boobs are huge.
Oh, my sweet Jesus.
It's a tough situation. Now you got me thinking of...
There was like Room Raiders. There's so many good like those old MTV
try
shows.
to not sneeze. But yeah, Room Raiders. That one I was always like thinking, man, if I got caught for this, I really hope...
Just blacklight your room. What the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. It was just like, I hope I put my weed away. You know what I mean? But and then Next.
Yeah.
What are we doing here on Next? Just
Next, they had the worst sayings ever. They're like, my name's Brian. Hopefully she likes my big ass muscles. And it's like, all right, this guy's a douche.
The best is when they would walk off the bus and take 2 steps. They're like, next.
And then I think they got like $1 for every minute they made it on the date or something like that.
That was their pay?
Yeah, or $10 or something. So like if you didn't get to a minute, you didn't get anything. And then so it'd be like, do you want to go on a second date with me, or would you like $300? And be like,
you know what? I'm pretty tapped out right now.
Rent's due, and
we'll take the 300 any day, especially in this economy. Bachelorette wrapping up. We got the final episode coming up soon. So all those Bachelorette fans, hey, no brains, no headache. We're talking about your favorite show. Let's get into it. Episode 214.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Okay. Let's party.
In maybe the biggest news of the year for me, actually, is Backyard Baseball's back. Backyard Sports is back.
Yeah, will you explain that to me? I think you sent me the reel. I didn't watch it.
So what it is the parent company that had it still hasn't like went away, but they haven't produced a game since like 2009. They came out with Backyard Sports on the GameCube, and it was just a horrible game.
Terrible.
They're reverting back to the old school 2003 and before Backyard Sports.
Okay.
So it's going to be like a little bit better graphics, but same gameplay.
I want it to be pretty much the same.
And
I don't want, a matter of fact, give me the shitty graphics.
Yeah, and that's what it's going to be. I think they might add some. They were way before their time because they covered literally every demographic of person. It wasn't just all white. An Asian kid in a wheelchair. You check a lot of boxes with that one.
Yeah, especially at that time, the early 2000s. Yes, they were way ahead of inclusivity.
Got a couple like Arabs. They got Ernie Steele.
The ginger, Pete Wheeler's on there.
Pete Wheeler. So you got Trailer Trash. You got Dubois.
Isn't that one guy smoking a cigarette?
No, he has a
toothpick.
Yeah, but I always thought like I had an idea for a Backyard Sports like reunion where they got to come
need
back.
A kid smoking cigarettes,
and it's like Pablo Sanchez, but he's just fat as shit. But like Pablo's gonna be back. But the thing about it, I think they're gonna add some more characters. That will be good. But the OGs are obviously there, and I
don't want new characters. I'll just go ahead and say it, but
I mean, I'm not going to pick the new characters.
No, yeah.
It's like give me Angela DeVecchio on the mound. Give me Pablo Sanchez batting cleanup.
But I think they should have a kid smoking cigarettes, and that what that box checks off is, hey, we don't discriminate against the kid doing illegal shit. Now, if we had that kid when I was younger, I wouldn't have been discriminated against.
Exactly. And you can't tell me that Dmitry Petrovich isn't dealing meth on the side.
You got to make ends meet.
Or yeah, and there's the OG characters are so good, but I think instead of having pro characters in it,
no, I'm gonna stop you right there. But go ahead.
What they should do is trinkle in some
trinkle.
That's not a word, is it?
Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn. What's going on here?
I want characters from movies in it. Like, give me Ricky Vaughn.
I think you're asking for too much. A huge copyright violation, mess, cease and desist out the ass. But I
don't think you'd have to pay very much for Ben Williams from Angels in the Outfield.
nobody wants him besides you, man.
Okay.
So they should have a creative player.
They're gonna have
And
a
you
creative
can
player
make
where you can
Homeboy.
make it, and that I'm gonna get carried away with it. I'm planning on buying a very nice desktop computer solely to play this game.
That's fair. Nobody's gonna argue with that. But I kind of want, like, for baseball especially, I kind of want that, like, early 2000s, late 90s. I want Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire, Ken Griffey Jr., like David Ortiz. That I kind of want that. I don't really for baseball. I mean, I respect the new players, the Jahungas. We actually popped up to second, and playoffs are next week, so we're looking really good. Dynasty, baby. Jahungas. So there's that, but I want kind of the old school, if I could have it my way. Also, I've probably shared this before on the podcast, but it never hurts to, reshare some pro tips, what I would do in football, and I hope that this is still a scheme that you could pull off, a loophole, if you will, where in football, say you draft a DN, let's just say Myles Garrett, just for the sake of topicalness. I'm going to put Myles Garrett probably at tight end, or maybe even running back, fullback, lead block.
It's the NFL Street version of it too, because you had to pick 6 players, but you had to like mix and match. Like Peyton Manning is going to have to play free safety.
Yeah, no, this is a big fat hit of nostalgia. But what I would do when we were younger, Javon Curse, a stellar defenseman for the Tennessee Titans. I had him on the old squad. Okay, what did we do with Javon Curse? Tight end. You know what play we were calling? Just a little out to Javon Curse. You think a safety? You think the kid in the wheelchair can tackle Javon Curse? Think again. You think Pete Wheeler's gonna get caught on a screen to the outside? Think again.
What position did Kenny Kawaguchi play?
Now, is he the wheelchair guy?
Yes.
I think he'd be a good nose tackle.
Just put him in the trenches.
Hey, you know what?
Put the brakes on the wheelchair.
You got to put a body on him, and he's going to stuff some holes, okay, on and off the field, because he's in a wheelchair. You know what I'm saying?
I used to play backyard soccer, too.
Oh, okay, I'm going to stop you right there. Pretty much football and baseball are where it's at. And now baseball has a special spot in my heart because you choose the types of pitches and the ballparks you play at are special. It's kind of cool for football, but especially baseball. You're like in an alleyway or in a fucking farm. You're throwing spitballs where there's actually saliva on that sucker. You got the juice box to get juiced up. I like the concept of juicing in a children's game. I think that's important.
And then you also they put the distance of the home runs.
Oh,
and it's like Pablo
you get a hold of one.
Yeah, Pablo Sanchez just hit with an aluminum bat, or when you get the aluminum power bat, it's like he just hit a 780-foot home run.
I think it'd be so funny if the concept of time travel. When we reminisce on these old things coming back, it's just a lot of nostalgia. And for me, what I'm thinking is summers as an elementary age kid, where I'm crushing backyard baseball pretty much all day. Am I outside playing baseball? No, that's ridiculous. It's hot out there. Where I could see it, where say this superpower came to Matt Cleary and said, "Hey, we're gonna let you travel back in time. You can only pick one date, and then you can do whatever you want for X amount of time while you're there, and then they'll bring you back." Instead of I don't know, stopping a terrorist attack or doing something good with the world, Matt would be like, "Oh, I went back to 3rd grade and played
So I went back to September 5th, 2001. Oh, to stop 9/11? No, that was actually when Backyard Baseball 2001 was released.
I spent the whole day playing.
Yeah, it was
called in sick.
Oh, man, it was so good.
I could see it happening already. Matt just uses his power to go play backyard baseball.
If you could,
prime.
if time travel was a thing, I would use it for things that are not I would use it for things that don't matter. I would go back in time and go to a gas station and buy the Tangerine Altoids.
Well, I think I actually do. If you still have the discs for the old one, can you still figure out a way for it to work?
You can play it.
I feel like it's, I don't know. I tried it one time and I got discouraged.
I just have it on my computer.
Just got discouraged.
Like I need to re-download it on my computer. But
okay, once we're done recording, food and backyard baseball.
All right.
Because I'm hungry. I'm always hungry.
I can make some cinnamon grilled cheeses.
What the fuck is that?
So good.
Okay. Moving on. We have, the school year starting back up, Matt. So that means one thing. Sorority dance videos are back in the media cycle. You know what I'm talking about. You see a large home with pillars in the front. There's a grand staircase and about 50 young women choreographing a dance that is more impressive than the halftime of the Super Bowl. It's more impressive than the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders and their routine.
It is.
Sigma Alpha Chi Chai Latte on campus. That's your best dance squad on campus.
So there is like a hierarchy of these things that I dug into a little bit. Any pledges or second years are always the ones in the background just swaying their phone light on or something. And then the older chicks, the ones that can dance. The ones that can't dance but are super hot still, they do the like get up where they go to them and they're like mouthing the song, and then it goes to like the 2 to 5 girls that can actually like.
I just want to know how the decision making process is. I want to know who's choreographing these things. I want to know who's like. They're like, so for our sorority budget, we used it all on a media company to come in and record the old.
Tiffany
dance
flew out and met with the LA Sparks dance coach, so we're out.
Yeah, we hired a homegirl from Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. So
turns out she just had a huge meth problem. Took the money, bought meth. We never got our dance.
Honestly, though, it's so intense, it kind of makes me scared of sororities. Like, they're moving at such a high rate of speed.
And then for sure when it's like, oh, here's the Chi Gamma Deltas from Alabama, and it's all these super attractive girls. It's like, well, T-minus 2 weeks till they're getting their backs blown out by the football team.
Mm-hmm. That's actually a pretty good timeline. Usually the first 2 weeks, it's kind of that icebreaker period.
They're locked in, yeah. They're locked in.
It's like, oh, I'm going to take my studies serious this year. And then 2 weeks later, it's just... If you know what I mean. If you get the reference, you get it.
The worst...
Hold your applause.
The worst thing I did was scheduling an 8 a.m. class in college, thinking that I went to school at 8 in high school. It can't be that much different. It is a lot different.
I think every college student worth a shit has that 8 a.m. semester where they will do, and I did it too. I failed accounting, so I was like, okay, I'm doing it at 8 a.m. I'm going to buckle down. I'm going to go. I went once, and that was the first day. And then I didn't have the brain on me to drop it before it counted against me, like an idiot. Whatever, what can you do? Tried to show up for the final. That didn't go well. That wasn't the best game plan by old Jordan here, but I think every college student has that 8 a.m. semester where they say they're going to do it, and I would say it's probably like a 50-50, maybe a little less on the success rate of you either do it and get through it, or now your GPA is below requirements.
Yeah, that's the only bad grade I got in college.
I tried this one chilling that set my mouth on fire, and I had to drink a 2-liter of Mountain Dew.
I got a D in the class called The Great Catholic Adventure.
At a Catholic college?
And I went to Catholic school for like 20 years and just nearly failed it.
Yeah, I actually do find the history of Roman Catholicism, you could call it, theology or whatever. I do find it very interesting. So people mistake that as me being very religious. It's like, no, this was pretty much shoved down my throat since kindergarten. That's okay. I got a good education, but I just don't. There's a lot of...
You had to read 2 books a week.
Where?
Like, he could literally give out books, and he's like, you could find it at the bookstore.
In the college?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, dude, I went to school with you till we graduated high school. I do not remember
There was times where I'd be like, because then you had to like write a paper. Most of the time, I just wouldn't even buy the books, and then just get like a D on the paper.
I remember one time in our senior year of English class, we had to make like our own little poetry book. So a lot of people would like print out pages and like do the little clear laminate and like make the book, or they would like poke holes and make a binder thing. I was creative, and I took an old shitty book and I cut out like a bunch of pages. I just needed
You
the
probably
pages
already
I need.
had. You probably already had that for one you hollowed out to hold your weed in.
Matt, that's beside the point. I had took an old book and I cut out all the pages. Then I printed the font small and I just taped them on like the existing pages. And I got a bad grade because I quote ruined a good book. And I was like, what? I was like, everybody else just fucking printed it off the same goddamn thing, Times New Roman font in the fucking standard letter size with their little colorful binder holder thing. No, I was creative, okay? I got off my ass and I ripped that book to shreds, and then I copied and pasted a lot of stuff.
So I do remember that exact project, and I think I got like a C on it. Like I did not do well, and I had something that the teacher wrote that was maybe the meanest thing. I would love a Diet Dr. Pepper. And we're going to need another 12 pack next week. We are going through it.
Oh yeah, I've actually worked this. Thank you. Oh, we are a mess. Let's gather it together. I actually worked weekly or bi-weekly 12 pack into our finances going forward. So
Jordan came out and he's like, I got the Diet Dr. Pepper case. And I was legitimately, that was the most excited I was about the entire week.
I want to keep company morale high. Okay, podcast morale.
We got pistachios too. I mean,
lightly salted, which I'm not crazy about, but it is a nice change of pace.
Pistachios are just so fun to eat. Back to my poem book. The teacher wrote on one of my poems that I poured my heart into. It was supposed to be a haiku. And she said, I don't think you know what syllables are. Because I just wrote a normal poem.
Matt was, he was a special student. He was a really good one.
She was also the same teacher that I asked to write a recommendation to college. And she said, no.
It's not very Catholic of you.
I don't know. I was like, I didn't want to go to that college anyways.
I remember once my senior year, I had a couple of them brewskis, underage drinking. Fun. But then I also had a paper to write, like due the next day. So I wrote a drunk paper, A+. I was like, college is going to be great. And then I took a better part of a decade to complete that. But I did. I did complete it. So
it's not how long the journey is. It's if you finish it.
What?
Moving on.
It's not how crunchy your Cheerios are. Don't piss in them.
I was trying to make up sayings the other day. I literally was like, more reliable than a grilled cheese and tomato soup.
Well, the song "Cover Me Up" by Morgan Wallen, and then it's a remake of, I don't know, some other people actually originally wrote it. Apologies, but I can't remember who. But I always thought I'd write a parody song called "Butter Me Up." Butter me up. I mean, you kind of come up with something, maybe corn on the cob. I don't know, something creative. I don't know. But that's just my thought. If you want to steal my idea, go ahead. Let me know.
Okay, I went to the movies yesterday. For the first time in, I think, since me and you went to Joker, which was...
That was a while ago.
Yeah. And I have a lot of bones to pick with movies.
Okay.
I went to the Deadpool movie.
Let's start from the beginning. Parking.
It was actually really easy because we went to a matinee. There was nobody there.
Box office.
That was fine. Got right in.
How'd you feel about the price of the movie?
It was $10. Like, movies are one of those things that have beat inflation.
Okay, you're happy with it. Well, it's a matinee. It's probably cheaper than a nighttime show.
Which is the way to go, because it was not crowded. The seats we got into,
okay,
they're the one. There was only like 30 seats in this movie theater. They're all recliners.
Really?
And I saw people there with blankets.
Wow.
And I was like, if I brought a blanket, I would for sure be asleep. Like,
if I brought a blanket, I'd also bring a box of pizza inside of that blanket.
Yeah, it's like once you get the hole in the bottom of the popcorn, it's just a matter of time. Side note, it doesn't work with nachos.
Gotta check your cheese temperature before you do that one. Side note, nacho cheese not a great lubricant. Anyway,
So the movie was a 12:05 movie,
okay.
and it started about 12:10. Guess what time the previews got done?
12:35.
12:47
You're talking 37 minutes of
previews. There was like 10 or 11 previews.
And let me guess, there was maybe one or two that you're like, I might see after it comes out on
There was one with Tyrese from Too Fast, Too Furious that I was like, I can tell. Usually
Is his name Tyrese in the movie?
No, that's his name in real
Or
life.
yeah, it is.
And
yeah.
so I legitimately was like, I'm a preview guy. Like I see a preview.
You're a preview guy?
And I'm the one that's like, that looks so awesome. Legitimately,
It's called a soup kitchen.
none of these movies I would go see. There was one with The Rock who
Stop. I'm gonna stop you right there.
the premise of the movie is
This is a John Cena podcast.
The Rock and Chris Evans have to get back Santa Claus from some deep state.
Stop. No, seriously, I'm tired of hearing you talk.
And then there was like a bunch of superhero movies that I'm like, like Joker, the second one, but apparently it's a musical, so I can't go see it.
Joker, but apparently he's got a rocket up his ass, and he's known as Superman now. Spare me.
The Venom, apparently they're doing another one of
Venom
those.
8?
Yeah, it's like the final dance, and it's like, thank God, there's been so many of them.
Wait till they come out with the final dance.
It's pretty much like it was the exact like fake trailers in Tropic Thunder when it's like, who knew it would happen 4 more times?
Who left the fridge open?
It's a deep cut into the early days of the podcast.
Yeah, go listen to episode 1. You'll know what I'm talking about. You'll also probably stop listening forever. So
Yeah. it's a you get some trade-offs though. But yeah, I'm movie idea here. Show the previews after the movie. If I really want to see what's coming out in the box office, you can stay after. Give it a choice. Or tell me when the movie starts and when the preview is end.
yeah, like a detailed itinerary.
Yes. Like there's going to be 32 minutes of previews. Okay, sweet. I don't have to show up until like damn near 1 o'clock.
Yeah, all of what you're saying is against making money, which I don't think the bigwigs in Hollywood would like.
Jordan, there were 6 people in this movie theater.
I understand, Matt, but if you, first of all, if you give a detail, and I agree with the itinerary thing, like our theaters around these parts, can you choose your seat yet? Is that a feature that we have, or the capability?
You can.
Every other movie theater in America seems like they got booze to offer. They got fucking recliners. Apparently, we have those now. And you can choose your seats that aren't like the specialty upgrade seats. You can just choose a normal seat. I don't understand why that is. So I agree with what you're saying. The itinerary would be a good idea. But then once again, people want to, the movie starts at 12:05. Then I need to get there, get a good spot, and the 6 people in the fucking theater, excuse my language, pardon me, pardon my French. But then why can't we do the itinerary? Because people are going to then come, the movie starts at 12:47, then I'm going to get there at 12:47. People, human nature, they're just going to keep pushing it. I'll be there. That's why when some people, somebody's extremely tardy, you say the thing starts at, you have a tea time, you got a buddy who just can never figure it out. You tell that buddy the tea time's 12:15. Everybody else knows the tea time is 12:30. Because why do we do that? Because we know he's going to show up right at 12:15. If he knew it was at 12:30, guess when he's showing up? Beep, 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 beep. You got it, 12:30. You're a smart man.
One time I was in this volleyball league, and the guys we were supposed to play in the tournament, we were supposed to play at 6 o'clock. The guy showed up at 7:30.
Gator don't play no shit.
And he said, sorry, I'm late. I thought the game was at 7.
Championship.
What time did he think it was?
7. And he showed up at 7:30. And at this point, my buddy Cole and I were so pissed off, that we basically threw the game and went to Buffalo Wild Wings and drank like 40 beers.
And that's an honorable thing to do.
We were the number 1 seed. We lost to the worst team in the league, and then we got out of there and went to the Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, man. Don't you hate that? That could almost be a pet peeve, is just people being tardy. Like, that's me personally. You can call me a piece of shit all day long, and I might agree with you to a certain extent. One thing that I do well, though, is be places on time. Like the whole setting an alarm thing. My lifestyle allows me to not really set an alarm 6 out of the 7 days a week if I don't want to. And I take advantage of that, and that's okay. I'm at peace with that, and I don't give a fuck if you're at peace with that. I'm not you personally. Sorry to attack you.
I mean, you did show up 2 hours late to record.
I had an obligation from 6 to 7:30.
You were fast asleep.
What do you mean? I had an obligation from 6 to 7:30.
No, not today.
Oh.
Like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's because I take naps every once in a while. Jeez, you take one nap and now you're the asshole.
Labeled for life. You jerk off in one movie theater.
But I do pride myself on actually being on time to places. So it's like, then that's it. If I have to set an alarm, I will wake up. Tomorrow morning, you want to know what I'm doing? It's double punch day at the old oil change joint. So I'll be waking up and I'll be the first customer at 7:30 a.m. I'll send you a picture.
Probably still be in bed.
Sounds great. But I'll still send it to you. I'll even put up a Instagram story. Follow us on Instagram, nobrains_no_headache. I'll be like, oil change, bitches.
It's just a picture of your asshole.
Yeah, gotta change it. You gotta change it. But no, that is a pet peeve when people are just like never on time. And I get it. Life happens. It's always the typical people. Oh, you're the mom, the soccer mom of like 4 kids, and it's just a wreck. Always late. Oh, you're the college dropout pothead. Dare I say it? Tardy. You know what I mean?
Let me float this by you. The more attractive you are, the more tardy you are more often.
I mean, yeah, I would probably agree with that. It ain't easy looking good.
Every attractive chick I know never shows up to stuff on time.
Oh, Matt, life lesson, especially when it comes to the ladies, add a good 45. Yep. Oh, we have dinner at 6. You're going to get to dinner at 7. So have a snack.
You're going to get to dinner at 7:30 when you have brunch the next morning.
Yes, exactly.
I think they just never had to compensate for anything.
There's just some certain things in life that are out of your control, and you know what? You're better off just kind of accepting it and taking it on the chin and just trying to make the most out of it.
Me being moderately ugly,
yeah.
I have to be on time to things.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm not,
it's expected.
I'm then a piece of shit.
Yes. Life's unfair.
Yeah.
The world's unfair.
Life's a dirty game. You got to play dirty to win it.
Life's a garden. Dig it. Pet peeve. I absolutely hate it when somebody wants something from me, instead of just asking me, they got to go through the whole rigmarole of, hey, what's up? Hey, how have you been? Hey, how are you? And it's not a person I talk to on the regular, so I already know something's up. Why are they communicating with me? Why are they sending me a message on Facebook right now? What is that? What? We communicate that way? What are we, peasants? Apparently. They say, hey, what's up? Finally, I get around to it. Not much. What's up with you? No response. And I'll even double respond. I'll say, how can I help you?
I fall into it thinking that, oh, this person was thinking about me, so they reached out. And it's like,
they want to give me a ton of money or a blowjob, either or.
I was wondering if you could mow my lawn. I won't pay you. It'll be like, absolutely, I'll be over there in 20 minutes. I was going to mow my backyard today, and I went and looked at it and said, fuck this, and put my lawnmower away.
And that's all you can do sometimes. It's the little victories. It's just the little things in life that really matter. So I absolutely hate it when people reach out to me. You know, I have some people who do that, and that's fine. Here's the deal. Get to it. Get straight to the point. My time isn't that valuable, but there is some value there. There's a little bit of value to my time. So if you want something, say, hey, can I get that bag of weed you told me?
Why did you have to make physical contact with me when you said that?
For clarification, it wasn't Matt, but it's just like, you know what I mean? Where it's just like, what do you need? You know, and then if you just tell me what you want and we can kind of get that process started, get that ball rolling, then when we like meet up to do that or whatever task or whatever you need is, then we can say, oh, how have you been, by the way? Oh, hey, what's up? What's going on in your life?
And then after what you get done, you can go have a beer.
Yes. It's like when you move across country, do I pay the movers thousands of dollars or do I just recruit my shitty friends and family and pay them in $5
Yeah, I got Little
cheese
Caesars.
pizzas? $5 cheese pizzas and expired Diet Pepsi. It's the way. You go the route of the way of the affordable.
I heard this podcast where they were saying that in college they would order a bunch of Little Caesars pizzas and then not go pick them up. It would be like kind of close to closing, so then they would throw them away, and then they'd go take them out of the dumpster, and they had to stop doing it because one of their friends got attacked by a raccoon.
It's actually a pretty good idea. Do you want to do some dumpster diving?
We
have an opportunity coming up.
I see videos of people dumpster diving, like, oh, behind a GameStop, and I found a bunch of these. But
but that is the thing. I was thinking about it a little bit. I thought it'd be kind of fun and adventurous just to go try it out. You're probably going to come up empty-handed, but rules: no restaurants or any food can really be thrown into this garbage.
I don't think I would really want to dumpster dive in a restaurant.
No, what I'm saying, like if it's like mini malls or like all these stores are clumped together, and like one's like a burrito joint, but then one is like some sort of tech store.
Yeah.
You're after what the tech store has. However, you're gonna have beans and sour cream everywhere.
I got this old Xbox 360 covered in sour cream.
So there's that. I did watch a DVD the other day, and that was interesting. The internet was out, popped out the old Xbox 360. But I'm limited on games. I only have the old NCAA football. I have one of them, and then some Maddens.
I have a bunch of games.
I need some Xbox 360 games in case an apocalypse happens, but we still happen to have electricity, and it's not that serious where I can play Xbox 360. A lot of things kind of need to happen for me to like enjoy this Xbox 360, like apocalypse, but still have electricity, but also like not too crazy.
Jordan runs a gas generator in his apartment to play Xbox 360 during an apocalypse.
I've seen it done before. All you need is good ventilation. Pet peeves, what are yours? Let us know.
I put picking sides down on the rundown, and this is not really what you think.
You blew it!
So there's a graphic up here, and it is, you get $9 worth of sides, and your choices, the $4 are...
When Matt says picking sides, he does not mean Crips or Bloods, okay? He doesn't mean, Democrat or Republican. Okay, he doesn't mean blacks or whites. He means baked potato, mozzarella sticks, or cheesecake. Okay?
The real battle of the country, obesity. So you get $9, and for $4 you can get a baked potato, mozzarella stick, or cheesecake. For $3 you can get hush puppies, fries, or fried pickles. For $2, mac and cheese, coleslaw, fried okra.
No idea what that is.
For $1 you can get green beans, corn on the cob, and broccoli.
Well, first of all, I hate green beans. So $9, $4, $3, $2, $1 tiers. So this is actually funny you say this. I have recently made a commitment to myself, and there's certain stipulations, but I'm done eating out at restaurants. I'm done. I'm sick of it. The service sucks ass. You pay $20+ after tip for a mediocre entree. No, thank you. The best part was the fries. If you're saying the best part was the fries, that means your food sucked. Flat out, plain and simple. The service sucks. Did I mention that? It's terrible. Why am I going out to these places? So I found the life hack. I go to And actually, kind of one of my jokes where I have a girl. I asked a girl who said she wanted to go on a lunch date and said I could pick wherever I wanted to go. So we went to the grocery store by my house. Great lunch, okay? Great value. That's not the name of it. And I'm just saying you get great value. So I've been doing this lately in the lunch they give. You got all these sides to choose from, some of these. And so I go with mac and cheese and mashed potatoes with gravy at this particular establishment. So I'm actually pretty well versed on sides. But if I only had $9 and I have to choose from here, first of all, question number one, hush puppies. What are they?
I have no idea. They're fried balls or something. I want to say crab.
Or isn't that crab cakes? Hush puppies.
It's also a brand of shoes.
It's a shoe brand
for women.
Okay. The hush puppy has a basic batter consisting of yellow cornmeal, flour, sugar, baking powder, baking soda, buttermilk, or milk and eggs.
So it's kind of a dessert. And so when I said crab, I could not have been more wrong.
So what is it still, though?
It's basically like a cake ball that's fried.
And you add onions or scallions?
Yeah.
Ugh, gross.
I think with this...
Is that how you spell pickle? I think they spelled pickle wrong. Pickle. This one has Pickle.
Yeah. Well, Jordan, there's a lot going on. With hush puppies for $3, grossly overrated. Fried okra. A corn on the cob for $1 is criminally
here
underrated.
I would like to go with two $4, but then that only leaves me $1 left over, and then that combination of the three sides, not great, because what I'm looking at is I kind of want to go with the cheesecake mozzarella, $4 a piece, but then I'm choosing one as my third, either corn on the cob or broccoli. Those three do not go with each other.
Let me hit you with this. Give me all the twos and all the ones.
Oh, shit.
I'm going with quantity.
Fried okra? What the hell is that now?
I'm guessing seafood, but...
Yeah, Matt, take a guess. What is fried okra? I would love to hear.
Isn't okra a fish? I feel like I was in an aquarium one time and saw some okra swimming around.
It's... Okay, well, what the fuck is okra? Tell me what okra is.
You typed in fried okra. Say
okay, well, that's what's on the thing. Okay, over here it just said...
what is okra?
It is made by coating sliced okra. Okay, what is okra? I'm getting upset. What is okra?
What
is fried okra made of? Okay, that's it. I'm going to lose my shit.
Okra's a...
Why is Google treating me like this? Why am I stating like this?
Yeah, okra is made of what?
Seed pod of the... What?
Please pronounce the next...
Okay. Okra, also known as lady's finger, is the seed pod of the Abelmoshkush esculentus plant. And it's made up of several parts. Okay. So I don't know. We still don't know what okra is.
It doesn't sound very appetizing, but I mean, if I want quantity, like I'm hungry.
Okay.
But I would go with mozzarella sticks, throw some fries on there, and then give me some mac and cheese. Mac and cheese for $2 is just a no-brainer. Corn on the cob for $1, also no-brainer.
But I'm such a cheesecake fan, and I have such a sweet tooth. I kind of want a little something sweet to wash down what I'm going with. So I have to go with cheesecake for $4. Then, but none of this where's the meat? I need a little bit of protein.
Well, it's sides. So
okay,
you're getting like a steak or a piece of chicken.
Matt, when you're right, you're right. Okay, you son of a bitch.
When you're wrong,
I'm going cheesecake. I'm going fries, mac and cheese. I would be okay with a coleslaw or corn on the cob, depending on what I'm getting it with. No green beans, no fried okra, because we don't know what that is. No hush puppies. Baked potato, sorry, a lot of starch there. Fries, same thing, but I'm going with fries. Fried pickles, I'm going to go ahead and say it. And some of you may not like this, what I'm about to say. Fried pickles are overrated. I said what I said, and I'm sticking to it.
No argument here. If they're on the table, I'll eat anything.
Now, let me ask you, do you prefer if you had to have fried pickles, do you prefer like the spear, kind of like a potato wedge, or do you prefer the chips as if one at a time, little chips?
I would prefer the spear, but it has to be done right with egg roll wrapping and cheese on the inside.
Okay.
I went to one place that I go to weekly has fried pickles where they also put ham on the inside.
Oh, okay. So it's like a fried pigs in the blanket kind of type deal. Well, I'll tell you something for free. My nipples are getting hard and I'm hungry. So this is great. This is pretty average.
Yep.
This is an average
that's
episode.
picking sides. So
you got it. We'll put up the graphic and you can let us know what you think. Also, let us know what fried okra is. Yeah. Still don't really know.
I guess seafood on both of the ones that I didn't know, and both couldn't have been more wrong.
Well, let's keep moving along and we can wrap up the show here. Matt, I sent you a reel on Instagram that I thought was rather entertaining. So for the loyal listeners out there, a little bit of context. I sent Matt a funny reel on Instagram. And essentially, it's like a Ring door.
I'm so glad Ring doorbells were invented. Some of the best and also worst things are caught on Ring doorbells.
So it's that point of view and that footage. And so you see a FedEx worker, we'll say, and he's just, minding his own business.
Doesn't he throw the box right away?
I guess I can't. We'd have to watch it back.
He throws the box down and takes a picture of it like it's there.
Okay, yeah. No, you're right. I thought his reaction. Yeah, he kind of like drops the box carelessly and like does the whole scanning part. Well, he's clueless. In the background, you can see slowly approaching his FedEx van. And it is so funny. We'll have to show you guys. The dude is so oblivious to his spatial awareness that where he's standing, the van touches him. It's not going fast. It's going very slow, but still it's headed for this entryway of this home. It like brushes him and he's like, oh shit. The old shit meter starts flying. He attempts to put his body in front of it. And as if he was Moses parting the Red Sea, he thought his amount of force could stop it. It could not. Well, the homeowners are home, and they hear all the commotion. I mean, your house just got hit by a FedEx van. There's a little bit of commotion, plus the dude's yelling, plus whatever is in your package, broken. You're going to have to send that back. Probably not through FedEx. I would probably go with a different carrier, but that's just me. So, homeboy's a little bit rattled, as is the homeowner. She comes out, she starts yelling a little bit. So he moves the vehicle, away from the home so it doesn't cause any further damage. So he clearly forgot to put it in park, right?
Yep.
Maybe it's in neutral. Maybe it was in reverse. I don't know. It was coming backwards.
Just a fucking moron.
Yeah, this guy smoked one too many joints before work, and that's just not going to be okay in the FedEx community. I'll tell you that for free. He starts giving her information. He's apologizing. You got to go through, certain processes
and
to make that.
To put it in
situation
context,
right.
His truck hit her house and her car.
Yeah, it scraped her car on the way. So homeboy moves it and they're getting information. Well, little does he know, he didn't put it in park again. And it is going across the street and actually hits another neighbor's house. And you can see him standing there once again, clueless to any special awareness whatsoever. And then commotion must start happening. He goes, what in the hell's going on? As if it's the van's problem. As if the van said to him, you know what? I know you put me in park, but I'm going to go in neutral. I'm going to go in reverse, and I'm going to ruin your career as a FedEx man. Because you know what? That happened later that day. I'm assuming he got fired.
Unless that guy is independently wealthy and paid off, I don't know, both homes, both vehicles that he damaged pretty extensively, and whatever was in the package, this guy's gotten fired.
I just want to, and I guess my question for you, Matt, is, okay, say you're FedEx guy, you were in this situation. Not only did you hit one person's car in a home and forget to put it in park once, but you did that twice now. How do you explain this to your boss, and how do you recover from such a... Do you?
No, you don't.
You don't recover.
It's,
Okay.
it's the worst day of your life, so it's all uphill from here.
It's kind of like when an alcoholic's like, I don't want to get sober. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, there is no recovery then.
Well, you hit rock bottom, and then you grabbed a
Then
shovel.
you smoked a cracked rock and
Yeah.
then smoked it. It's
So this guy is no longer employed.
like by anybody.
Yeah, I mean, he went pretty viral. So unless he has like some sort of Hawk Tua situation with just going around to bars wearing a FedEx uniform, just breaking shit.
Yes,
and there's
you like signing autographs for like free drinks and shit, like a Pete Rose situation.
Jose Canseco.
Whatever works. Yeah, so you don't recover. What do you say to your boss though? I think and I understand like his initial thought. I think I'm blaming the van. I'm placing the blame on that van.
I'm doing something to the van where it is like either the company that made the van or FedEx fault. I'm sabotaging the shit out of that van.
All I can think of is that scene in the scene in the Truman Show where he gets on the bus and they're all paid actors, and you can just see the bus driver like feels for him, and he just takes the shifter and just and just breaks it. On the way back, I'm probably doing a little off-roading. I'm probably cutting a few cables, a few wires.
I'm finding wherever I'm like going on YouTube and be like, hypothetically, if I work for FedEx, where is the parking brake? And I'm going to break that with a rock or something.
Yeah, no, I think it's a tough
I will
situation.
commend this guy for one thing and one thing only. He did not swear one time in this.
That is true. That's a good point.
His car was rolling away into a tens of thousands of dollar car that it's going to just smash into. And he says, oh gosh, what is going on? I drop the cap off the toothpaste and I'll be like, fuck me.
Yep, having a bad day after that. Do you think there's any way he can spin it to maybe go to the competition, UPS or somebody else, DHL or whatever they're called, and say, yeah, I didn't care about them. I purposely did that. It's because I wanted to work for you guys.
That would
think that's working?
No. Okay. Unless it's like a company.
Also, when is he getting drug tested? Immediately when he gets back?
No, he's not even going to get drug tests. He's going to be fired and driving for Uber faster. And
I think they still probably have to conduct the drug test to be like, yeah, this guy's a moron.
I don't have to piss in a cup to tell you I do drugs.
Well, he could have tried. Anyway, FedEx guy had a rough day. T's and P's to him and his delivery career. Do you have any new jokes that you wanted to throw out into the universe?
I didn't write any down. I know I have some, but I didn't really carry them over on my notes, so I'm going to say no right now.
Getting hacked on social media is like hitting the jackpot. Of all the people, you got picked. There are 3 billion people on Facebook, and your Aunt Donna got hacked, and she has no clue. She's like, what? I own a bunch of Bitcoins now? I got caught behind a Honda Ridgeline the other day. Is that even a real truck? This particular one had turquoise lettering, and the license plate said mermaid. Did you know that Honda Ridgelines have a hatch in the back that is big enough to fit an entire beer keg? Or if you get the right ones, 2 illegal immigrants? This is built off an old joke. I was in an open relationship one time. She openly said if I ever cheated on her, she'd murder me. She showed me the knife and everything. Okay. NDSU fans are crazy. I'm trying to work on a joke about them. Who do we want? Bama. When do we want them? Bama. Not the smartest down there in NDSU land, but we'll try new jokes again next week. Upcoming shows, God willing, if the venue is repaired in time. I haven't had a whole lot of luck with them in the last however many months of shows. Just the universe seems to not want us to go back there, and I might take it, but God willing, if the venue is back up and running, or if you want to donate to the venue, it's at Dakota Stage Theater. They got some pretty wicked flood damage a couple weeks ago, so we really don't know the status, but as of right now, September 28th, that's a Saturday at Dakota Stage Theater. Matt, myself, Josh, and Blaze Trust me, I want to find out as quickly as you do if that's actually going to go through. I am working on some other venues to kind of fill a spot. And that'll work out great. If the show happens, it happens. If not, we still have an extra show for you guys to come to. So I will follow up on that. Thursday, October 17th, we're at Laughing Sun Brewery. November show is when and where?
It is November 15th at the Drop Zone in Minot.
Is that a Friday?
Yes.
Okay, November 15th, Drop Zone. Minot, come check it out every Wednesday here in Bismarck. You can also come see Open Mic Night. This particular Wednesday, August 28th, will be at Jimmy V's at 8 p.m., but every other week after that, Gideon's and Jimmy V's downtown Bismarck seems to be the place to go. If you want to check out local comedy, support us and what we do with art and entertainment, you need to laugh. You need to laugh. It's good to do it. It's good for the soul. You need to get out there, okay? You can't just keep saying and playing the same old tune of there's nothing to do in this town. That might hold some truth. However, we're putting ourselves out there to give you something to do. And for the small price of $300, we will give you a meet and greet and a beer backstage, okay? I want you to get out your checkbook. I want you to pick a number 1 through 10, and then I want to add about 3 to 5 zeros after that.
If you were thinking of 9, add 3 zeros. That makes $9,000.
Bingo. Matt, how can our listeners get more involved if they're just jonesing to get involved in No Brains, No Headache? They want more.
Go to any social media platform that you like and type in No Brains, No Headache. We are the most popular account. You'll find us. You'll find our shenanigans. You'll find clips of the episodes and clips of random things we do. Next up, episode 215.
I don't believe it. Tommy just sold 500,000 brake pads.
Tommy just sold 500,000 brake pads!